In the Heart of the Word, Reflections by Father Joseph Mary, SCTJM, on the daily readings from the Holy Mass, Friday of the 22nd week of Ordinary Time, Feast of the Nativity of the Blessed Virgin Mary.
God bless you, dear family. Today in the Heart of the Word, we celebrate the Feast of the Nativity of the Blessed Virgin Mary, one of the three nativities that the Church celebrates, along with the Nativity of St. John the Baptist and the Great Nativity of the Lord. In today's Gospel, St. Matthew begins with the book of the genealogy of Christ, beginning with Abraham to David, and ending with Mary, betrothed to Joseph. Of her, Matthew says, was born Jesus the Christ. But why do we have this long list of names? Why is it so important? What St. Matthew is telling us today is not just a list of names, but the sacred origins, the Toledot of God's people. In these names abides the memory of God's work of salvation, mediated through the covenants over the centuries. The Toledot is a reminder of God's fidelity to His chosen people and His love for them. In these names, we remember God's faithfulness to His people, who gives Himself to us from generation to generation. As we celebrate the Nativity of the Blessed Virgin Mary, the Church honors her because the fulfillment of all that God's chosen people lived, experienced, endured, and hoped for came through her. Through her fiat, God has given us salvation in Christ, the new covenant incarnate in her virginal womb. Through her fidelity, God gives us the ultimate expression of His own faithfulness in Christ Jesus. My brothers and sisters, as we celebrate the Nativity of Our Lady, we remember a life that, from her Immaculate Conception, was totally given to and set apart for God and for God's people. God has entered into history through her, and through the Blessed Virgin Mary, we are part of the history of God's love for all humanity. My brothers and sisters, we are numbered among His people, His children, and we are numbered among the children of Mary, our mother. Just as Our Lady proclaimed, "The Lord has mercy on all those who fear Him, from generation to generation," and that is our sacred history. Let us listen to these words of Mother Adela. Our Lady is the maternal remedy who, with her immaculate foot, is the only one who has the promise of victory, of crushing the serpent's head in this great historical and universal crisis. All for the heart of Jesus, through the heart of Mary.